Hey guys, hey everybody, welcome to my vlog. So I'm gonna have to hold the camera. There's no way to put it down, so you're gonna have to bear with me in case it shakes a little bit. So I'm back in America. Well, I've been here for a while. I meant I'm back home. And yeah, we just completed 1 week of Joe Dispenza Retreat. For those of you who know Joe Dispenza, you probably are familiar with his work. It was an advanced 1 week meditation. And I really just wanted to share my experience because a lot of you messaged me asking me for advice, asking me if you should go and visit it, if you should do it yourself. And this is actually my second retreat. I did one 2 or 3 years ago now. My memory's a bit fuzzy on that. And it completely has transformed my life. This was the second time, and my dream was to go with my partner. And my boyfriend, he literally makes all my dreams come true. And he got us the tickets to go to Colorado, Denver, here in America, and spend a whole week with Joe Dispenza and doing meditations. He's never done any meditations before, so he was completely new to it. He meditates around 5 to 10 minutes a day, so this was like a big shock and big difference. I feel like I'm quite an experienced meditator already because I meditate every day for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. And it's just like a big part of my life because after that event, it changed for me so many things. So it was really interesting. This time, I feel, and this is honest, opinion review, second time wasn't as powerful in terms of transformation for me. But then I was thinking this could be for 2 reasons. One is that I am healing already, and I've healed so much. I've been working on myself the last 3 years, like very intensely, and I'm talking about intensely. And there isn't that much else to heal. So it was just more about me becoming my best version and seeing myself as this happy, incredible woman, and just moving forward and planning my future. So, but what was interesting is that I understood all the science and neuroscience and all these graphs and everything that we were learning a bit more in detail, and now also understand like the meditations a bit better because I was doing them but I didn't really put meaning to them so much. I didn't understand like the details behind it. So I guess I want to share a couple of things in case you're thinking about going, and if you've never meditated before or if you have, I would definitely recommend going. It is life-changing. It is transformational, especially if you have a lot of pain or you have been through certain things and you just want to change your way of thinking. One of the biggest things that stood out for me, and hopefully this will help somebody, was that your personality creates your personal reality. And what that means is that technically you create a personality character, right, in this world that you are. And that character has beliefs, perceptions, all sorts of things, like values, everything that was given to you when you were a kid. And actually by the age of 30, you're 90% programs. So basically, when you're over 30, it's a lot harder to change. That's why you probably met some people who were a bit older and they just don't want to change. They're stubborn because most of their programs are already in them, and they are pretty much run by the programs rather than, kind of analyzing, going outside of their sort of reality and thinking and questioning, like, is it me? Is it my program? Is it my belief? I'm going to try and explain it as short as I can because I know it's just such a deep topic. I can talk about this for hours, but that's one of the things. And so whatever you think, happens. It's like our thoughts are the most powerful things that we have. And so with your thoughts, you create your mindset. And then that mindset creates your reality. But one of the things, especially if you wanted to change, which I think is probably the quickest thing, is to change your personality. And what am I talking about? So for example, if I decide that I want to be like this super, fitness person, right? Let's say, and I want to achieve a certain goal. Now I have to now think in that person. So like, what would that person do to achieve those results? What would that person say? What would that person, act on? How would they do things, and stuff like that. And you literally have to become that person. And once you become that person, you no longer make changes and decisions, and you no longer think the same way as you, because you are you're the old you. And if you want to upgrade yourself, if you want to change, you have to think differently, you have to feel differently, you have to act differently, and you literally changing your personality. And so then once you've changed your personality, it's going to create your new reality. It kind of all rhymes as well, which I think sounds very cool. So that was one of the biggest moments for me. And now I'm like, wow, like I really, really, really am changing to a better version of me. And that new version of me that I am is in the future. And so I'm going to keep thinking this way, feeling this way, doing things this way. And one thing that is normal is that it's normal to go back to your old programs. We're only humans right now in this lifetime. And we're very wired, right, by everything. Another thing that was very powerful for me that I got from it was that most people live in the past or predictable future. What is a predictable future? It's basically like when you know exactly what you're doing every day. You wake up, you open your phone, you check your emails, I don't know, you scroll on social media, you go get a coffee, maybe you go to the gym, then you go to work, whatever, right? So your body knows all of this predictable future. And it's not bad. It's just if you take your life, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, and place it now in the future, it's exactly the same life. So technically nothing changes in your life, right? Like you're just living your past and now your future, and it's the same thing. And so one of the biggest things was like, how do you live in a future that you want, right? So like you think and you put all your energy and thoughts into the future that you want to create. So for example, you want to achieve something, whether that's like abundance, or you want to make more money, or you want to lose weight, or you want to heal something. You have to live in that future. So for example, when I went to Joe Dispenza first time, I had problems with my heart. I think some of you probably know, because I was going through really, really tough a couple of years back then with my health and just everything in general. And so I was focusing on like, what would I feel like when I was a healthy person? And I kept saying to myself, like, I'm healthy. And all these thoughts, when you say to yourself all the time, they do have an effect. You might not feel it like in a moment. It's not going to happen also like in a day or two. Sometimes it can take a month, two. Some people heal very fast or get things they want. But basically, if you catch yourself, pretty much you're thinking millions of thoughts. But like, what are you thinking? And so I guess the idea is that like, whenever you think, try to think about that future that you want. Think about the positive things you want. Think about what are you desiring. And then the more you think it, the more your body is going to try and crave it. And not only do you think it to manifest anything into your life, you have to feel it. So I can be like, oh yeah, I want like a house. So my next dream is I want a house. I'm ready to nest. I wanted it for a long time. And so in my visions, when I think about it, it's not just like, oh my God, I want a house. I'm not coming from a place of lack. You have to feel like you already have the house. So when I do my meditations and I just close my eyes and I just imagine how I have this house, how does it look? How does it make me feel? And I feel like warm and like all like in love and happy and like nurturing and feminine. And I just imagine how it's gonna smell and how I'm gonna design it and how I'm gonna get all these little things for the kitchen and just all these kind of little things. And so then my feelings that I feel about this house, it's almost like I already have this house. It's in my vision, it's in my dreams, but I feel it. And then with my thoughts and thinking about it all the time and thinking about the future, what I want and how I feel about it, that essentially creates it in this 3D world, right? Into this reality, in the matter. for those of you who are new to spirituality or don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, it might be a bit too much for you, but we have different layers of the world, and like we live in 3-dimensional world, which means everything is materialistic and physical. We have all our 5 senses where we can smell, touch, feel, taste, all of those things. And then the 4-dimensional world is actually a present moment, and that's time. So a lot of us don't live in a present moment. We are not present with each other. A lot of us are always distracted on our phones, in our thoughts. I don't know if you ever had conversations with somebody and you're like listening to them, but you're thinking about your own things. So you're not actually here. You're not with them. You're not here. You're not present. So in the last year, I think I've just been practicing so much of present moment. Me and my partner, we're so present with each other. We barely use our phones. We always like communicating. We're listening to each other, and it creates a lot of intimacy and communication in a relationship. It makes you, it makes other people feel special, right? So if it's your friends, if it's your family, if it's your partners, right? You want to make them feel like you're with them, like you're there, you're present. And that is actually one of the hardest things to do. You would think like, well, that's kind of easy, right? But it's not. It's not that easy. So it's really, really important to kind of really be in that present moment as much as you can. And it's almost like a muscle that you need to work. So just practice it, practice it, practice it. If the thought, drifts you away, you're like, whoa. That's why actually I love doing meditations, because they made me so grounded, so present, so relaxed, and I am able to just focus and be in a present moment with someone, or it's just a moment if I'm just looking at the mountain or the ocean or the tree, whatever it is. Sounds very old cheesy, but and that is a 4-dimensional world. And so in this 3D reality, we have time and we have space. And space meaning that, if I'm right here, I'm sitting right here, and I need to go to the door, there is a space between us. And I never got that bit. So there's space and there's time, because we base everything on time. And now there's the next dimension, which is 5th dimension, okay? It's called the 5D world. And that is where you are just pure consciousness and you're whole. You're just love. That's all you are. And you are in oneness. What it means is like you are everything and everyone at the same time. There is no time. There is no material things. There's nothing out there. There's no body, right? There's no senses. There's nothing. And over here in the world, we are separated. And the reason why we are in a 3D world is so we can experience this beautiful world, this reality, so we can feel all the emotions and really just to experience life, do adventures, have fun, do what you want to do. That's why, like, you probably hear this in so many books and so many movies. Like, I've realized that everything I hear, everything I read, everybody talks about the same thing, just in a different way, in a different language. And so hopefully, if you're on this journey or already deep in the rabbit hole, or maybe you're just starting, maybe some things you will hear like they are some things you won't understand, but I just want you to be very open-minded. I guess the main thing is just be open-minded about all of this, and then it's just very exciting. It's very, very exciting. And one of the biggest things for me when I did it first time was that I chose to stop suffering. I suffered my entire life. Most of you know my story. I'll probably share a lot more. I'm still writing my book. The book is actually finished, but now that my ending is completely different, I want to add on to it and rewrite it a little bit. So now it's gonna probably come out only next year. Apologize for that. And I stopped choosing pain and suffering, because most of us live in pain and suffering, and we choose that. And it's really, really hard truth to accept. It's really hard to admit that you are responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your suffering and your pain, because most of us always like to put blame on other people. It's natural. It's just because it's easier, and I did that. So I don't think anyone should be ever ashamed of it or feel bad about it. It's a good thing if you're aware of it and if you realize it. And if when you realize it, that's when you gain that power back. And when you have that power back, you can change your life because you're in control, So this is really, really, really awesome. Okay, I have to go. My boyfriend just texted me. So I have to go, guys. I can really get deep into this. I'm actually planning to start a new YouTube channel and talk more about all of this. and start a relationship channel, because I love all of these things. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and this is everything that I learned from this 1 week long retreat. And on another note, I'm opening my Mochi Advanced course. It's starting in August, I think 17th of August. It's my last course this year. Hopefully I'll see you there. You can get on the waitlist already, and you'll get 50% off the course as soon as you sign up. Okay, and you also get some bonuses. So let me know what you think about all this. I'd love to hear and read your comments. And I'm off. And yes, I'll see you all very, very soon. Enjoy the vlog. And this is my cute outfit. I'm going very, very blue. You can see, very blue. And shiny. After Joe Dispenza, for some reason, I'm all like blue. Anyway, guys, I love you loads. I'll see you all soon. Bye.